Get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Deala T, and this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Let's get into this here.
Ran out, blood squirt.
What's the location of your emergency?
Order one in the building, fam. What we doing?
Yeah, but barely. And it smelled real rotten.
It's like, Dad, help.
On December 13th, 2019, in Dayton, Ohio, 30-year-old Al McLean makes this 911 call after realizing that his 10-year-old son, Takoda Collins,
Francie in the building. Hey, fam, get comfortable. Appreciate you all pulling up. We hitting that like button. We subscribing. We cooking.
Your son? Hold on. Okay, you said your son is unresponsive? Okay, how old is he?
He's a child with a lot of medical issues. So what he do is he'll just not have.
Stop, just for a minute. How old is he?
Mama K in the building. I see you, fam. I appreciate you pulling up. Let's get comfortable.
3 days.
The following is based on official police records, and some of the footage has never been seen before.
And when you say he's unresponsive, is he breathing?
Yeah, but barely.
We're gonna
Poppy's pad my fam in the building.
Yeah. Where he is, okay?
Okay. He got something coming out his mouth.
Okay, what's coming out? What do you think is coming out?
Hold up, man. Hold up, fam. Hold up. Well, let's get right in here. Let's get right. You know what it is. We in that like button. We subscribing because we about to cook in here. You see this shit? Oh, man, excuse me. You see this? No. Oh, we about to re-brag it. Because at this point, what I'm seeing and understanding is that this is what's going on in society. This is what's going on in your neighborhood. This was going on in your community. This was going on your street. This was going on next door. And some people's street. Don't play like you don't act like you don't know something. If you know something, you better say something. Don't come in here, you better shut it up or get out of here. You hear me? Because if you ain't gonna say nothing about something going on, then you don't need to understand what we doing here. As fam. We informing, we understanding, and we being what? Let's go, fam.
Ran out, blood squirt.
What's the location of your emergency?
What the
My son is unresponsive right now.
Is he breathing?
Yeah, but barely. And it smelled real rotten.
It's like, Dad, help.
On December 13th, 2019, in Dayton, Ohio, 30-year-old Al McLean makes this 911 call after realizing that his 10-year-old son, Takoda Collins, is unconscious.
What's the location of your emergency?
Yes, my son is unresponsive right now.
Your son is Hold on. Okay, you said your son is unresponsive? Okay, how old is he?
He's a child with a lot of medical issues. So what he do is he'll just not have.
Stop, just for a minute. How old is he?
He's 11 years old.
Okay.
In 3 days.
The following is based on official police records, and some of the footage has never been seen before.
And when you say he's unresponsive, is he breathing?
Yeah, but barely.
We're going to go ahead and start CPR, okay? So keep him laying where he is, okay?
Okay. He got something coming out his mouth.
Okay, what's coming out? What do you think is coming out?
I'm not sure what it is. He won't stop at no cost.
Okay.
You all right?
Is he responding to it?
Breathing.
Is he breathing?
It's hard to say. I see his eyes.
Okay, and what is the order his eyes doing? Like, are they moving? Is any part of his body moving?
No, they just still.
If you think his mouth is
He's throwing up out his nose now.
Dispatch then instructs Al to begin CPR, but despite the seriousness
Denise in the
of
building. Let's
situation,
get right for
this
Denise.
is far easier said.
Let's get right for Denise. And she just pulling in real early. Let me tell you what's going on right here, fam. Denise. Yeah. This man will go down for this. That this young boy, something going on with this young boy, and this man daddy acting like he don't know what's going on. We coming together, we fam, we watching it together. Let's get right. Woo.
Going in his breath, and it smells real rotten in the inside of his stomach.
You're going to cover his mouth with your mouth. Go ahead.
struggles to perform mouth-to-mouth, he continues with chest compressions until emergency services and police officers arrive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so you're doing it your time. Okay.
Here now.
Okay, go ahead.
Shout out Mama K.
While emergency services race to save Takoda, Al is asked to move.
Lori in the building, what we doing?
Takoda is
Get
rushed to
comfortable.
the Children's Medical Center. Tragically, once there, the 10-year-old is pronounced dead. However, this is just the beginning of the troubling revelations.
Shout out
As soon
Mama
as
K in the
officers
building, you know it's
arrived
love,
at
fam.
Al's home, they made some disturbing observations, which were then confirmed by the medical staff who attempted to save Takoda's life. Following these discoveries, Al was brought to the police station to answer questions regarding the circumstances surrounding his son's death.
What else you right here?
Lucy in the building, what we doing? Get comfortable.
The lady's here to come talk to you. Gonna be cool? Yes, sir. Okay, man. All right. What's going on? I'm Detective Sloss. Detective Price is gonna be coming in too. There we go. Okay.
Al was placed in handcuffs following an altercation that took place moments before this interview. While in another room, Al picked up a chair and began pounding on the door and walls with it. Officers told him to put the chair down, and when he failed to do so, they used force to subdue him and place him in the cuffs.
Have you ever been resurrected before?
Yeah.
You have? Okay.
Sure, please have some water. I ain't had water in 6-7 hours, please.
You don't get no water.
I'll get you water in 1 minute. Somebody might grab you. Okay.
Following the incident with the officers, Al stated that he had an injury to his lip.
Just brought you some water. Can I get a photo on my lip? We'll take care of it. Just drink like you drinking on my lip hurting. That's good.
Once Al has had a satisfactory drink, the detective gets down to business.
We are going to be interviewing you in regards to the crime of a homicide. Okay.
Homicide, that's like premeditated.
Homicide's kind of a catch-all for somebody that died more than likely not of natural.
Is he playing stupid? That boy just asked what is homicide. You know what homicide is, boy. You know what you just did and what just happened. Don't play up in here like you don't know what's going on. She should have threw the notebook at him. You heard me? Talking about what is homicide. What? And she got to explain it? She should have just... Right there, just because. Why your dumb ass in here talking about what's homicide? You know what you in here for, boy. Don't play in here with no kids.
Makes sense? You kind of covers a lot of things. It could be murder, it could be...
That's the thing. I don't even know why my child is dead. You hear me? I still don't know.
If your child's dead?
No, they just told me he dead, but they didn't tell me what killed him or anything like that. You hear me?
Although Al claims that he was just told about Takoda's death, he had actually been given a grim update just moments after emergency services arrived at his home.
Boy, dead. Here, child. Dead. Breathing. So you're not breathing at all? All right. I'm trying to keep the dog here, things got good.
This was only the beginning of the disconcerting things Al would say to investigators. In the interrogation room, the detective begins reading him his rights.
No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. But you
I
know,
don't want to agree to that right now. That man just bought me and told me I did it. So I feel that was pressure right there. I wanted to speak immediately.
do that?
I said, I feel like he pressured me.
Okay. But are you wanting to talk to us now? You have that right.
Yes, I do.
Al eventually agrees to waive his rights, and the detective begins by addressing one of the first things officers and emergency services noticed about Takoda.
First of all, he had marks all over his body.
It's every day. Now, sometime I had to spank his behind just to prevent him from hurting himself. This boy jumped out the window before. Out, just straight out the window. There is no stopping him. I'm afraid. I've been telling people I was afraid, but at the same time, it was nothing I can do. And I mean, I can understand the fact that he had marks all over his body. You'd be surprised just to sit there and watch him do it. or just to see there, you can just be like, stop, or no, or don't, and he's gonna whack, he's gonna bam, he's gonna jump, he's gonna flip, he's gonna kick. We had stairs, and like he would kick them like that, you know what I mean, and kick them all kind of ways in the corner.
Al will explain these odd claims in greater detail shortly, but for now the detectives establish who else lived in the home. The house was actually owned by Al's girlfriend, 30-year-old Amanda Hensey, who lived there along with her sister, 27-year-old Jennifer Jenny Ebert, and Al's 3-year-old brother. Al and Amanda began raising Al's younger brother when his mother was no longer able to care for him. Neither Amanda nor Jenny were Takoda's mother, but both would eventually speak with authorities and add twisted layers to this already troubling case.
I had to just send Takoda upstairs. I mean, the living environment, it was fine. It wasn't, it was perfect, actually. When he went up there, it didn't stink. He had bed, he had clothes, he had everything he wanted. But this is the point that I'm trying to make as a parent. This how far they go. Like, I can't get a boy a blanket. Because if I give him a blanket, now he has marks all over his body from him pissing on himself and wrapping around his own blanket.
Investigators would soon take a closer look at Takoda's living situation, and what they find couldn't be further from Al's description of perfect.
Anytime that I put my hands on him, it was to keep him from hurting himself. And I mean, far as I wouldn't beat him with anything, I would just grab him and like, hey, but that's enough, like arms behind your back, like the police do, you know what I mean? It was never punch you in the eye or slam you or, you know what I mean? Never tried to do nothing out the way to him just to keep him from hurting himself.
Already Al has packed his interview with a lot of information and disturbing claims. Seeking a clearer understanding of what was going on, investigators brought Al's girlfriend Amanda in to speak with them.
Did they say how he died, what happened? They didn't tell me. That's why we want to talk to you. If I sign it, do I still have the right to a lawyer? Yeah, if you want a lawyer, you can, like I said, you can stop at any time. You request an attorney.
After clarifying, Amanda agrees to speak with them, but has one more question before they begin.
And my sister's in it? Yeah, she's, we just put her in a different room. Bipolar ADHD depression, and she's not all there. She's got a learning disability, so some that she's alright. She's not all there, like, she has a learning disability, she doesn't talk much. She doesn't talk much, she never had a job. I kind of take care of her. Tell me about Takoda. What about him? Just kind of tell me about him. I don't know anything about him. Well, when we first got together, he was fighting for custody of him in Wisconsin. That's how we met. He got overnight business with him, and he was a good kid. Bounced around foster home. Then after probably a few years after we got custody, we moved here. In 2014, he went to school, got a freshman. He had a lot of behavior problems. He threatened me with a knife one time, so I took all the knives away. Let me ask you this. He stayed upstairs?
Did he stay up there?
He stayed up there, right?
You heard the question!
About him being and everything up there.
Yeah.
Like, locked up there?
No, we never locked him up there.
Despite this claim, Al and Amanda don't appear to be on the same page when it comes to what went on in the attic.
So who goes in the upstairs? No, we leave it locked. Because it leaks. It's off limits. So why is there urine?
Smith in the building, hold up, Dirt. What?
Sometimes when we pee in buckets? You got you train your dog to pee in buckets? There's no buckets up there. Yeah, there's a swimming urine in there. There shouldn't be no buckets in there.
In the attic, investigators found a small, barren room that smelled strongly of urine and feces. There were no working lights, but there was a bucket. The pool's Amanda...
You telling me they both better shut up today? You telling me this boy was in here? I need a moment. Because I almost just forgot what was going on here for a second. Because, in a moment. Wolfman in the building, what we doing? Ollie, Hope, I see you in the building, what we doing? Roxanne, I see you. See, this is what we talking about right here. Understand what's going on right now. Why would you lock your child up in an attic? And if you're sitting there thinking, then you sick too. It ain't a damn reason in the world to lock no damn human up in no damn attic. You got a problem with him, tell him, get out. You don't want to take care of the kids? Call them foster people. Somebody come take care of their ass better than you. That boy need to be hung like they did Jesus. On the cross, in front of everybody. In somebody's house right now, this is going on right now. And ain't nobody saying shit. And it's people like this that believe that this is okay. But let me tell you the goodness of God. The greatness is that, see, you need to understand. The prayers of the righteous avail much. You need to understand. It's prayer warriors in the world. You need to understand. It's spiritual warfare going on. You need to understand that you are a human that have a voice. And if this is going on in your family, because see, let me tell you something. This somebody's cousin. This somebody's sister, brother that did this to their niece or nephew, granddaughter. You better hit that like button and subscribe right now because it's cooking. If I'd have known this what we looking at, boy, I'd have tried to. We better get in touch with them because somebody need to smack death out this man. Smack life out his body.
Mentioned, and a yellow stool with 2 of the legs missing. This stool would become sickeningly relevant as Al's interrogation continued. Investigators also noted there was what appeared to be blood smeared on the attic walls, in the attic.
He had buckets? You got your trained dog to pee in buckets? There's no buckets. I'm sure. Yeah, there's a swimming urine in there. There shouldn't be no buckets or urine.
In the attic, investigators found a small, barren room that smelled strongly of urine and feces. There were no working lights, but there was a bucket, the pools Amanda mentioned, and a yellow stool with 2 of the legs missing. This stool would become sickeningly relevant as Al's interrogation continued. Investigators also noted there was what appeared to be blood smeared on the attic walls, a large clear plastic tarp, and a shower curtain that both appeared to have feces all over them, and a green cot that resembled a lawn chair. It was later determined that this was Takoda's bed. Curiously, investigators noticed right away that the home was filled with images of Al, Amanda, Jenny, and Al's little brother, but not one picture showed Takoda. While these discoveries were unsettling, they were nothing compared to what Al would eventually reveal.
But the thing is, like, when I did have counselors speak to him, he would play them so slick to the point where it'd be like, you know, he's all good and golden. Like, they wouldn't believe the stories that I'm telling.
Brown Sugar in the building. Thelma, hit that like button, subscribe. Appreciate you, fam.
Anything like that. I mean, he didn't have to do it. It's not something that we forced upon him or anything like that. Like, if I would give him ice cream and a couple cigarettes, not that I ever gave him any, but just speaking in general, like,
what?
Anything in the world. You know what I mean? Anything in the world that you ask him, only way he get his way. He was a bully.
Even during the 911 call as his son lay unresponsive in front of him, Al made similar remarks to the dispatcher.
You said he has medical history. What kind of medical history does he have?
I mean, just mental behavior. See, he just hurts himself all the time. He wake up, don't get his way, slam his head, eat it.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
It never ends.
He got suspended, so where's he going to school?
He was going to horseman. He's been homeschooled for the last 2 years.
Who's homeschooling him?
I was. Yeah.
Why do you have to think about that?
My lip hurt. I'm just like, You know, I've been up for 3 days. As I'm telling you, I still haven't taken a nap, been to sleep. So I'm doing my best.
Once again, Al and Amanda's stories are not aligning.
So where does he go to school now? He's homeschooled right there. Me. I do, homework assignments. I usually print them off the library. And I give them to my sister to give to him. And then he reads his books and all that.
While Al claims Takoda was being homeschooled for the past 2 years because he'd been suspended, investigators eventually spoke with some of the teachers at the Horace Mann Elementary School, and they painted a very different picture of not only Takoda, but Al as well. His principal didn't recall Takoda having any behavioral problems.
I would say a well-rounded student here at school, friendly, helpful. He wanted to just kind of please people. So anything that he can do to help out, he will volunteer.
Investigators
Let me say this real fast for family to understand what's crazy about how they discrediting this child. This is a child. They're discrediting this child as if this child is like a psychopath or like so crazy that he's so crazy they had to lock him in the attic. I mean, it seemed like that's the picture they paint. And I'm trying to figure out, like, even if a child is if a child is bad, because kids can be what they want to be, okay? We know what we're doing. We putting up with our kids. We teaching them. They don't know. They need to be taught. Don't run, walk. They got to be taught, fam. And that's another thing, like Denise says. How could the woman let him do this? They should be in jail. The biggest thing is that once she had gotten questioned, she immediately started talking about him having a knife, trying to stab her. So she was in on it too, with the discrediting of her own child. So what I'm trying to figure out, why would they do this to their child? That's the question. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We about to cook because we want to know why. Because there's people out here that exist like this mentally, and they think it's okay. And this is how I know they think it's okay. That man is bringing every excuse in the book, blaming so many other things instead of him parenting. Let's keep going, fam.
Teachers if Takoda would act out in the ways that Al claimed.
Takoda, I never saw anything like that whatsoever. Takoda would usually take himself to separate himself from all the other students, sometimes the other adults, and just kind of stand and cry, for that matter. I never personally saw him do anything where he would harm himself.
Wow, in the beard of Irene, I see you.
Emotional child. I wouldn't say he was
Morales, I see you.
Violent in any way. He would definitely get down on himself and be really sad. He did tend to cry quite a bit, but I mean, he was one of the sweetest children. He loved to make people laugh and just happy-go-lucky all the time.
However, as shared by the school nurse, the staff also noticed concerning things about Takoda.
What I do remember is that he was very thin, and I know that people on breakfast would give him extra food and stuff like that, because he was always hungry. And that oftentimes we would wash his clothes because he had a strong smell of urine all the time. So he would stay in the clinic, and I had extra clothes he would wear while I washed his clothes and put it back on. And I know Dad didn't like that. He didn't like that we were washing his clothes, but, I felt bad for the little kid.
As far as Al's claim that he began homeschooling Takoda because he'd been suspended.
So hold on, what I'm trying to figure out, what's the timeline on that? Because if he come into the school steady smelling like piss and niche and shit and whatever else, and you telling me that you feeling bad for him, but if y'all wash his clothes and take care of him, the daddy don't want you to do that, why ain't nobody called the cops on him then? You just sitting there letting the shit happen. Talking about you feeling bad for him. I hope if y'all some teachers and y'all seeing this what you doing? You washing his clothes and then letting his parents come in with mouth? Because you're doing good by him? Some ain't right. And you better find out what ain't right. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cook.
expressed an entirely
back on, and I know that he would wash his clothes because he had a strong smell of urine all the time. So he would stay in the clinic, and I had extra clothes he would wear while I washed his clothes and put it back on, and I know Dad didn't like that. He didn't like that we were washing his clothes, but, I felt bad for the poor kid.
As far as Al's claim that he began homeschooling Takoda because he'd been suspended, the school's principal expressed an entirely different account of events.
Takoda had an accident on himself, needed to get changed. Dad was aware of that and was upset. I don't want my son going to the clinic.
Yeah, Perry.
You all questioning my son. That was over the phone. And then I know when he came in, I saw Dad face to face, and that was right before he was withdrawn from school, before Takoda was withdrawn from school. And Dad said he was pulling him out because he was upset with them in regards to calling children's services and questioning his son, and he didn't want him here anymore.
Members of the school's staff had called children's services on multiple occasions, but it seemed that those reports went nowhere as Takoda was soon withdrawn to be homeschooled. It's clear that there's a disconnect with how Al describes his 10-year-old son and what his teachers recall. But the question is, why would a father depict his own child so negatively? Horrifically, Al is only getting warmed up and will soon make his most unsettling and shocking claims yet.
I want to talk about today. You said you haven't been to sleep, is that right?
I still haven't, no ma'am.
Okay. So what happened when he woke up this morning then?
He never went to sleep.
Okay, so then what happened? What's been going on since 6 a.m. this morning?
So, 6 a.m. this morning, I look at the camera, I see him plunging on his table, his chair. I don't think nothing about it. I'm just like, he's doing his normal weird thing. So sometimes I felt like ignorance was the best answer because he was basically just seeking attention at any cost. You know what I mean? Any cost. He's been dealing with this since he was younger. He's been in the system since he was 2 years old. Anytime he didn't have his way, he'd make sure CPS show up at the house.
Okay, so keep going with it.
And he would tell him just anything. The most outlandish thing. The next day, kill myself. I'm gonna, this, that, and the third.
The next part of Al's story is stomach churning, making it clear that the horrific reveals have only just begun.
I'll get up around, say about 8 o'clock, go give him his breakfast and stuff like that. So I go up there, and he's laying on his tarp, and he got it in his butt. I'm like, what the hell do you think you're doing? I said, pull it out right now. He wants to get the wrestling, and you know what I mean? Either way.
I don't know what you mean because I don't live in your house, so.
Well, he want to get wrestling and aggressive, like he don't want me to take it out of him, and he don't want me to have it, period. So I grab it out, blood squirt, yup, and he started dripping. So put him in the shower. I put him in the bathtub, and I tried to clean it up and look at it to see if it was
Like, the good part about this situation for this brother right here, for this man right here, is that there are human beings that really have charisma, that really care about kids in the world. I just had to calm down and breathe, because that boy just had my blood pressure go up higher than life. You heard me? This man don't deserve to be in society. He don't deserve to be in the world. He don't deserve to be nowhere near nothing that's breathing. You understand me? And it's so sickening because there are people out here that can really make up excuses like that and run down, because he continues to run down the worst and the sickening things that this child is doing, because this child is literally trapped in an attic with no food, no care, no nothing. Locked up, locked in. I want to know why they would have this child locked in an attic as if he's a dog or a slave. The mother's white, the daddy's black, the sister's white. They all came together. So let's not talk about black or white. They both. Let's get right at her. These are disgusting humans. These are disgusting individuals. This is not a race thing. This is nothing but a human thing that is sick. And I'm going to tell you something. I bet you, and I wish I could bet y'all all right now, that this man, something happened in his childhood life, something happened to him, as if why he's doing that to that young boy. Let me say that again for the people in the back that's still rolling up, coming in. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam, we cooking. Something happened to this boy, to this man, to this disgusting individual, as to why he chose to do that to his own child. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We about to get deep. It's getting deep. It's getting real. But we bringing informing, understanding, to be aware of that this is what's in your community. This is probably on your street. This is probably around the corner. This probably at your cousin's house. This probably at your old people's house you ain't talked to in a while. See, you know what? Let me tell you something else too. What's funny is people that be knowing about situations and they hear about it, and then they call and send someone to somebody's home because they seem as if something's not right. That could be you or me. That could be our voice. That could be us speaking up saying, hey, hold up, listen, that don't seem right. I keep seeing this one day, but then it seemed like it ain't this. See, it's a difference in snitching and informing. Because when they call you an informant, you still snitching. But what you is snitching on? You talking about the money coming in? You talking about the dope going out? Or you telling on somebody's kid locked up in a house, in a basement, in an attic, being tortured, coming to school smelling like death every day? You better shut up. Let's keep going, fam.
Worth me taking them to the ER right away. But to the eye,
Blake in the building.
I'm not a doctor. It didn't look that bad. So I'm just thinking.
What did you see?
And Amar saying in the building, Thelma, what's up?
It's like his butt, a hole with a little blood. Because, you know, I checked it out afterwards. I'm like, whoa,
Shadow Band, I see you.
And she didn't did. And it was a little swollen.
Okay.
You know.
Did you see any injuries or anything?
No, not too heavy. I mean, I see his butt swollen and his legs and his arms and all that, but I see that every day.
The detectives will dive deeper into the details of Al's claims, but for now they let him continue with his disturbing story. Al says that after bathing him, he sent Takoda upstairs.
I'm sitting on the couch. He's like, Dad, help.
What time is this when you heard say dad help?
I can't tell you exactly. I ain't had no clock in front of me.
Approximately. Was it?
I ain't been sleeping. Just thinking.
What did you see?
Just like his butt, a hole with a little blood. Because, you know, I checked it out afterwards. I'm like, whoa, let me see. And she then did. And it was a little swollen.
Okay.
You know.
Let them know Fatima fam in the building.
Heavy. I mean, I see his butt swollen and his legs and his arms and all that, but I see that every day.
The detectives will dive deeper into the details.
That man seen that young boy like that and said he seen that every day. He didn't make a call, a gesture, a thought. He didn't even think about it. The fact is he locked him up like an animal. You see a dog got fleas all on their ears and stuff. Somebody seen them back in the day, dogs used to have fleas all over their face, tongue out, ass toe up, everything toe up on them. They just walking around toe up. That man's son was locked in the attic. Tortured. Nothing to do but suffer. Using a bathroom on himself everywhere. Found himself in a situation where you starving. See, some of y'all don't understand starvation. Some of y'all don't understand neglect. Some of y'all might do. Somebody here probably has been through something like this, probably. But you need to understand that man seen that boy and did nothing for him. And as that detective sit there and let this man talk, you need to hear, I want y'all to really understand. And I'm sorry about that, Lisa Jones. I appreciate you pulling up FAM. Hit that like button, subscribe, because we cooking in her. I really want y'all to understand how serious this is. See, this is sick. This is disgusting. There's more words for it. But what I want you to understand is that it exists. That's why we here right now. Because it exists. Monique in the building, I see you. Let's get right.
Of Al's claims, but for now they let him continue with his disturbing story. Al says that after bathing him, he sent Takoda upstairs.
I'm sitting on the couch and he like, Dad, help.
What time was this when you heard him say dad help?
I can't tell you exactly. I ain't had no clock in front of me.
Approximately. Was it?
I ain't been asleep in 3 days. The time I'm pretty bad off right now when it come down to the time.
Okay. So was it
I know it was
long
daylight.
before you called the police or shortly before you called the police?
Once he said Dad help, I called the police 5 minutes later.
Okay.
Less than that.
Okay.
Just enough to rinse him off.
He's upstairs and he says dad help.
Yep.
And you come downstairs, you come up.
Look at him so sick. Look at him just so sick. He said that boy said help, and that's when he called the police. But the boy been up there suffering all that time. And then what's funny, and then what else is toe up is he talking about, oh, they just told me my son passed away. He showed no emotion, no care, no nothing that says that's even his son. That happened a while. That was when they told him when he came in that his people passed away. The boy had no remorse for nothing. Why are they sitting there? And see, this is different because for me, I couldn't have been no detective or no police. Because the moment I'd have heard what I heard, I'd have took the chair, I'd have took the chair and kicked him in his damn face right there. I don't even need to hear nothing else. I don't need to see nothing about no nothing. I don't need to hear nothing. Nene Love Savvy TV in the building. You hear me? You hear me, Nene? I'd have took if I was the detective, I'd have took my foot and in his face several times. I'm talking about because I don't need to hear nothing else to be telling me what you just did to this innocent child. And they just sitting there letting them still talk about the shit. And they ain't said nothing. Boy, I'm going to kick his face through the wall. What you talking about? Don't play with me in here, Perry. Let me get right and get yourself in order. Stop playing with me in here. Talking about detective. And we still got to keep asking, oh, so what else happened? Oh, so what else happened? Oh, yeah, we going to bury him. They going to bury him. For asking all the questions and saying what else happened. He detailing his death. He's digging his grave. Hey, fam. Hey, fam. Hey, fam. Y'all see what I'm seeing in here? Fam, let me know y'all in here. Y'all see what I'm seeing in here, fam? Do y'all see what I'm seeing in here, fam? Let me know if y'all see what I'm seeing, fam. My FAM's in the building right now. Let me know if y'all see what I'm seeing on this screen right now. Because I feel like somebody got something on their chest and they coming real different right now. You hear me? Let me know if y'all see what I'm looking at on this screen right now. Because somebody got something on their chest and they talking different. I'm going to tell you one time, watch your mouth. Yeah, Teresa in the building. See, fam, what's up? Get right in here. Let's go.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
And what happens when you're upstairs? He's talking to you. He
Yeah.
calls for help.
Yeah, he was talking to me, and then he just quit talking to me. And
Upstairs?
Yeah, but he was doing like this. It's like, help. So I go up there to help him out, and he's got some stuff coming out of his mouth. You know what I mean? On my head, I'm thinking automatically.
Al then describes helping Takoda down the stairs to go back into the bathroom.
Is he still talking?
No, not much. So but he's still moving. His eyes is looking at me. He's doing his normal thing.
His eyes are looking at you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the normal thing?
Just the
Skeptic in the building. What's up, fam? Get right. Hit that like button. Subscribe. We cooking.
This only happens when he's got a lot of options.
Did he have
When he's in trouble.
Did he have clothes on?
Did he have clothes on at the time?
Yeah. What was he wearing?
No, he didn't have no clothes on. And the reason I didn't give him no clothes is because if I give him clothes, he's gonna spoil them right away.
Amanda is also asked about the issue of Takoda's clothing.
What clothes does he wear?
He had jeans and khaki pants and t-shirts. I had to throw 99% of them out.
What did he have left?
He only had a couple pairs left until I
Where
got
were
some
they?
more. They were in his room.
And the room where all the toddler clothes were?
Yes.
Last
That's
time I
where
checked,
all
he
the
doesn't
clothes
wear
are.
toddler size.
I kept all the clothes there.
Yet when investigators finished with a thorough search of the house, they didn't find any clothing that would have fit Takoda. As upsetting as this is, it's only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the horror that Takoda endured.
So I just wanted to make sure before I wasted the authorities' time that he was not playing around. So I'm like, it's normal. You feel me? Because usually I could be like, you stop right now. I mean, like right now, or really not scare him, or I'll just be like, maybe I'll take your dinner away tomorrow. Wouldn't do that, but as a dad, I gotta come up with something to try to make a person think that you're serious.
After realizing that it actually was serious, Al says that he finally called 911. Though the detectives are still trying to make sense of Al's story, he changes the subject to ask them a noteworthy question.
Am I the only one being charged here?
I don't think anybody's been charged.
Okay,
yet.
Allie, my bad. I'm trying to make sure you can see,
I
fam.
don't know what's going on, you hear me?
Since Al has inquired about anyone else possibly being charged, the detectives follow this train of thought.
Who else was home today when this was all going on?
Nobody that I was aware of. The house is
Nobody's
pretty
been home all
big.
day?
Mm-mm.
The house is pretty big?
Yeah, nobody that I was aware of was home.
And Amanda wasn't there?
What'd he say?
Jennifer wasn't there?
Okay.
Though the detectives are still trying to make sense of Al's story, he changes the subject to ask them a noteworthy question.
Am I the only one being charged here?
I don't think anybody's been charged yet.
Okay, I'm just asking. I don't know what's going on.
He know what he doing. Talking about he don't know what going
About
on.
anyone else
Told on
possibly being
himself.
charged, the detectives follow this train of thought.
Who else was home today when this was all going on?
Nobody that I was aware of. The house is
Nobody's
pretty
been home all
big.
day?
Mm-mm.
The house is pretty big?
Yeah, nobody that I was aware of was home.
And Amanda wasn't there?
Not that I'm aware of.
And
I've been
Jennifer
sitting there
wasn't
so
there?
long. Me and Jenny never talked.
Why not?
Just because. There ain't no drama. It's like my girlfriend's sister, so try to keep it short.
She lives with you and she helps take care of your children, right?
Yeah.
In her interview, Amanda explains where she and Jenny were that afternoon when Al was trying to resuscitate Takoda.
So tell me what happened today. I woke up around 1 p.m. and I left. I grabbed my sister and go make some errands to get to the bank before it closed. I had to put some money in the bank. And I made a couple other errands, and then I got back home, and the cops were there. They didn't tell me anything that was going on. I came out and said Takoda was unresponsive, and he had to call the ambulance. That's all I know.
By the time Amanda and Jenny arrived back at the house, Al was already on the porch and Takoda was being rushed to the hospital. There may be a very good reason Amanda was in a rush to get out of the house, but she wouldn't be confronted about it.
Bail
just
in the
yet.
building. Yeah, they both suspects.
Yep. Stopped the walking, stopped my friend.
This seemingly insignificant detail will actually be crucial to help decipher how
And see,
much
look at it. Look at her
Amanda
energy.
actually
Look at her
knew.
energy. Her energy right here. See, this is supposed to be the mama. Look at the energy. Don't even care about this little dude. Don't care about that boy. What did this child do to not be cared about? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. What did the child do to not gain their love, respect, and care? What did the child do? And if you thinking, then you sick too. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cooking in here. Shout out to the donations in the Cash App. You already see what the level is. You see the super chat. I appreciate whatever it is, family. It's all love. If you thinking what did the child do to deserve this, you out your damn mind too. You understand me? No child deserves. But you gotta understand, kids, we all didn't ask to be here. So let's not feel like the kid. We all didn't ask to be here. Shout out to Nene Love with the chat, with the membership, with the stickers in here. Let's get right in her family. We all didn't ask to be here. Child didn't ask to be here. Man came in the building because they chose to do the oochie woochie wally. Oochie wally bang bang. They chose to do the oochie wally bang bang. And they ain't here. So it's like, why y'all mad he here? Or why y'all mad that he hungry? Why y'all mad that y'all got to clean him up? Why y'all mad y'all got to wash and bathe him, feed him daily? Why y'all mad y'all got to make sure he get to school, get home? Why you mad? This a product of you. What we talking about in here? I got daughters, boy. I got kids. You hear me? I got kids. Don't play with me. All my daughters significantly do what they want to do the way they do it. They all different in their own way, and I love them all to death in their own way. This one can be hard-headed. This one can be too much. This one can be high class. This one can be tough as metal. This one can be so smart. But I love them all in their own way, Jesus. They make me better. I learn from them. As I've taught them, I've learned from them. Let me say that for the people in the back. As I've taught them, I've learned from them. And I just can't fathom this for a child, and I can't think about this for my own. Because if you have any dignity, any care in you, any love in you, that love your mama, your daddy, that love yourself. I'm sorry, some of y'all probably don't love yourself. That's why y'all don't love nobody. Let me say that again for the stupids. Some of you may not love yourself. That's why you don't love nobody. And you start to realize that when you think like, how can these people do that to innocent humans that can only be taught how to love? They need to be taught how to live. They need to be taught how, any and everything. Tears can roll down faces right now because when you think about your own child, you need to understand somebody's child is locked up right now, being treated as if they are not a human being. Hell, you will get in trouble for animal cruelty. So you can't even tell people like you treating them like a dog, because a dog you can still get locked up for. So don't sit in here and be like, oh, you treating them like an animal, because animals still get cared for too. You riding down the street, you run over a goose or duck, you gonna see time for that or some fines. Kill a dog and let somebody find out, they're gonna come for you. Point I'm making, family, is you can't even compare a human to an animal to be treated as such, because animals get care as well. That's why it's called animal cruelty. So when we talking about just care, love, to be treated like nothing, to be treated like you have nothing, not a voice, not a nothing, you gotta just sit back and think for a second, family. I wish this not even on my enemies, but I will say, do you care about yourself that makes you care about somebody else? Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking. Let's go.
With Al and Amanda sharing vastly different recollections about Takoda, investigators turn to the third adult in the home, Jenny, hoping she may share some insights. Her testimony would prove to be exactly what they were looking for, but what she has to share is far more harrowing than
Another
anyone can
person in the
imagine.
house. Listen. She the only one crying.
Somewhat ironically, Jenny is wearing a shirt that says, "I'd help, but I don't want to."
Let's start from the beginning. Okay, tell me what this is.
Well, I moved down here 3 years ago. And, I moved down here because I had to take care of the boys. And that was the whole deal, that I take care of the house and the boys, and he'd buy my dog food, or I would clean the house and do all that. So,
You're okay, honey. Take a breath.
I'm going to tell everything. I guess I told me I was going to tell the person I'm not going down for this no more.
Okay.
They always said if anything happens, you're all going down. Well, I'm not going down as much as I thought. I'm tired.
Somebody told you all were going down for it? Who?
Amanda.
Amanda told you all were going to go down for it? Okay.
When they get to the topic of Takoda, Jenny's reaction is markedly different than her sister and Al's.
I can't do that. Can you give me a second? Just
Yeah. Take your time.
But he was in that room downstairs, and then he was misbehaving because he was pooping everywhere. He could use the bathroom anytime, whatever, like
That's real, Mama K.
But he would refuse to use the bathroom and use it himself every night and everything. And first he started spanking him, putting him in the corner. That escalated from there. And then he would start punching him, kicking him, elbowing him in the gut, smacking him across the head and everything. And then he recently started using a taser on him.
Can y'all see that, fam? Fam says she crying for herself, not for the child. Denise said his dad did him so wrong. Getting, shout out to you in the building. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking. Getting says I was on a ventilator for 6 months, couldn't talk. Blessings, my brother. I appreciate that's real, sharing your business with us, making sure that you still living your life and you're living. This lady was a human witness to seeing what happened to this child daily. And the reason why I just said that with my face, so, is because I really want her to understand she don't get no pass. You don't get no pass. You watched it happen. What was your antennas when the stuff was going down? Oh, my bad. You was right there. How you get to sit? And now you sitting there crying like somebody care about you because you want some time less? The girl already told her, hey, you going down with us because you was around it the whole time and never stayed. Boy, let me tell you something. You walk in somebody's house and you see what's going on up in there, you better run out of there. You better hightail it out of there. Because if you don't, you going down because you knew about it too because you was there. Even if you was there just to breathe for a second. If you're going to run out, but why you going to run out and don't tell nobody what's going on over there because somebody's being hurt, somebody's being tortured, somebody's going through something. You just don't run out. You run out and say something. And it's sad that I got to say that right now for grown people in here. Because you got three grown adults that sat back and let that child be tortured to his death. And now they are only worried about themselves and their freedom, knowing that they allowed that every day. What I want to know is if they was torturing this child every day by not giving no life, no nothing in his living, why would you call the police when now he's showing that he's dying? Now you want to call the police when he's right here dying in your face? But you leaving him up there to die. So how are you calling him now? Because you're talking about, oh, my son ain't really responding, but he got something coming out of his mouth. And then something else like some nasty stuff doing something over here. I don't really know what's wrong with him. I pray I never come across this individual in my life. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking in here. Don't make no sense.
And then we got this metal spatula down, or whatever that he used to beat him with.
Back with Al, the detectives ask about something else unsettling that they noticed in the home.
So you watched on the camera?
I was, yes.
Yes. How come we couldn't see that view of the camera when we were there?
That I don't know.
When investigators entered the attic, they found a dismantled camera on the floor.
Did you unplug it before you called the police?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
It just odd to me that we couldn't see that view that you keep.
It works sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
It's a 24-hour job though.
Right. So like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I do the best I can. I can't keep functioning for 24 hours.
In her interview, Jenny explains a bit more about the surveillance system set up in the home.
So there was a camera upstairs? Yeah. They kept a camera up there while he was in the attic?
To watch him.
Is that stuff recorded? What is it, live? So you can only watch while it's going on?
Why exactly Takoda was being watched at all times wouldn't be fully explained until later. For now, Al continues to lament his situation.
I done had social services at my house maybe 40, 50 times. I done had, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for me to run him to the doctor like, oh, we cracked his nugget again, and social services already told me the only way they gonna take him is if they charge me with something. Like neglect or, it's not, I can't do this. Can y'all please help me?
Earlier in his interview, Al made a similar claim about contacting outside services for help with Takoda.
I called the police. The police told me he was being unruly and that,
Tasha in the building.
When he got a little older, they'll be able to, put him in some type of juvenile center. And I mean, this is the day after he jumped out the window. I mean, I'm traumatized every day. It's a new show.
Al actually did contact the police for help with Takoda on November 18th, 2018. Al told the police that when he tried to put Takoda to bed, he started cussing at him and Amanda, told them he just wanted to be disrespectful, and had been going to the bathroom on the floor. When officers arrived, Al told them that he wanted them to take Takoda to the Juvenile Justice Center.
So they torturing the child, doing the child bad, doing the child everything, and you telling me that this child don't have no right to sit there and want to cuss you out? Because you torturing me? Treat me like a... The boy taking a dump on the floor because he can't go to the toilet. And he gonna call the services on that? What the hell did they say when he called them on that? Oh, my son taking a dump on the floor. Oh, why? Oh, we don't know because he's just bored? What? What are we talking about? What kind of call do it take to just know that they called and said, my son is taking a dump on the floor? That don't even ring an alarm to you all that work for them child services people? I mean, as a baby, as kids, when you're potty training a child, yeah, they might take a dump on the floor. They're getting potty trained. They're coming out of a diaper into a pull-up. There's a process, stupid. But this man is well off, old as hell, 10, 8. He taking a full-grown dump. He not potty training. You better shut up in here. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We cooking. It ain't nothing but the real over here with your boy Deala T. And here with no filters with my family. You already know. FAM check-in right now. Let me know where you're from. FAM and check-in right now. I need to know where my family from. I need to know where my day one's from. I need to know where my fam that support. Been in the super chat. Been in the membership. Been in the donations in the cash app. All love. Drop a FAM and let me know where you're from, fam. In the building. Let's go.
Instead, Officer Thames placed Takoda in handcuffs and escorted him to the backseat of his cruiser. The officers noted that Takoda was limping
Al
because
Craig,
he'd been injured
fam.
when he
Day
apparently
one, what's
jumped out
up,
of the attic
family?
window the night before. When asked why he wasn't wearing a cast, even though he'd been taken to the hospital, Al said Takoda cut it off. The officers never mentioned in their report if they entered the home, or if they asked Takoda for his side of the story before they left. Al wasn't the only one to contact the police. On May 14, 2019, about 7 months before Takoda's death, Robin, Takoda's mother, also called the authorities.
Hi, I need to speak with somebody about doing a welfare check on my son, who I believe is in danger right now. And I don't know how you guys do things or how it works or anything, but I believe that his father is abusing him and hurting him, and that he's too scared to tell anybody because his father won't let him talk to anybody. He's pulled him out of school. So if you guys need my permission, I'm giving you guys full permission to pull him to the side and speak with him without his father present.
Robin explained that Al had full custody of Takoda.
I did not know where he was living because he was supposed to be living in Erie, Pennsylvania. Thank God that he caught a drunk driving in Dayton, Ohio, and now I have his address. Locked him in his room. He tried to jump out a window. He sent him to school in a diaper. He pulled him out of school. He whipped him with a belt. Just a bunch of stuff that's very concerning to me.
Okay, and you think that he's actively abusing him right now?
Yes, I think he is, yes.
Okay.
I definitely do. Just the way that he's talking to him on the phone, telling him how angry he is with him and how if I don't come and get him, something's going to happen and he's going to take him to a group home and drop him off, and how when he acts up, how he disciplines him with a belt and he'll lock him in the room, and just very demeaning and very vulgar. I don't really know if he's telling the truth or not, but even if he's not,
Then
I
you
would
see
feel
in the
much
building.
better knowing that a police officer pulled my son to the side and talked to him one-on-one to make sure that nothing is going on.
Following Robin's call, officers were dispatched. They reported that Al wouldn't let them inside the house, but spoke to them through the screen door. Al even brought Takoda to the front door. The officers noted that he was properly dressed, but didn't speak very much. When he did, they said he was soft-spoken and polite, and answered their questions by saying, "Yes, ma'am," or "No, ma'am." The officers also wrote in their report that Takoda gave no indication that someone was troubling him, and they couldn't see any injuries through the screen door. However, they didn't speak to him one-on-one as Robin had requested. Once again, the police left Takoda with his father without further investigation.
You see how the system just failed up? See, I knew it was something. See, it wasn't this. It wasn't this. The system just failed this little boy. You hear me? You better hear what I just said out my mouth. Let me say that again for the stupids in the back that don't understand process. The system did that. That lady made a call. told them specifically what to do when they pull up. They looked at him and didn't care and went on about their business. Now, whether that was a black, white, Hispanic officer, male or female, that's what happened. And they sat there and looked at that boy and did not care. If they'd have looked into the daddy, they'd have found out that he had a record with them child services people. They'd have found out he had a record with the school people calling in on him. They'd have known what's going on. And for that lady to call and tell them specifically what to do for that child, they pulled up, looked. Oh, okay, ain't nothing going on here. Oh, look, okay, there go the child right there. So he there with his daddy. They cool. They didn't follow no rules. That lady said, check on that boy. Talk to that boy one-on-one. Find out what he on. Mama K said it right. So many failed that child. But we're not going to do that here, no filters. Because we all fam and we FAM. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking in here. We're not failing no kids over here. We want to inform so we can understand, so we can be aware of what's going on in the community. Let's keep going.
The detectives now speaking with Al return to one of his more disturbing claims.
So your story, I just want to go back to this too. You said this morning, first thing this morning, I think you said around 6 a.m. on the camera, you noticed he was plunging, I think was your word?
Yeah.
So he is,
But I wasn't quite sure because the light was off.
okay, so like, there was like a yellow stool thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
He
so,
must have snapped it off because last time I checked, it was still connected inside of the thing.
and that's what he was plunging?
He don't even know it's connected in. Boy, we finna hold up right now because I got to check in with my people. Fatima in the building all the way from Philly. What's up, Witch? I appreciate you coming in. Mama K, you already know what it is. CT in the building, making sure we know what's going on. Al Craig, Chicago in the building, coming through. NC, Sierra, North Carolina in the building, making sure we know what's up. Philip, Naptown, I appreciate you pulling up, fam. Naptown in the building. Jalea D, Sugar Russ, all the way from St. Louis. STL, knowing we family, keeping it real, keeping it raw. Tasha in the building, all the way from Alabama. Checking in the building, you know how we coming, Pumpkin. I see you saying Louisiana, baby. You already know how they coming, how they going, how they living. Getting all the way from West Side, Maptown in the building. Naptown in the building, I see you, fam. Shot-Town once again in here. Arzico, Bruntown, UK in the building. Making sure we know we checking in and making sure we know we checking out if we ain't on the same page with my people. Making sure I see Philip all the way from Beach Grove in the building. Making sure we checking in and keeping it going. Let's go, family. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking.
Plunging to me?
Alright, so look. He had, alright, a chair like
Cooking in the building.
You take the back off. That's why I sit flat on the ground.
And in the building.
And I seen him going like this, you hear me? I wasn't telling it. I wasn't able
So
to
he's
tell.
putting the chair leg in his butt. That's what you're saying he's doing?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Last time I checked, it was still connected inside of the thing.
Appreciate you so much, Pump.
And that's what he was plunging? Mm-hmm. Can you describe what you mean by plunging to me?
Alright, so look. He had, alright, a chair like this.
Right.
You take the back off. That's why I sit flat on the ground.
Okay.
And I seen him going like this, you hear me? I wasn't telling it. I wasn't able
So
to
he's
tell.
putting the chair leg in his butt. That's what you're saying he's doing?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I wasn't able to tell if that's where he was going or if he was just taking another.
You know what's crazy? Somebody knew this stupid man right here was like this before he turned this age. Somebody knew that this man was like this before his age. Somebody could have stopped this man early on. Somebody knew he was like this before his age. So that tells you even furthermore that think about this. Think about this. There's a couple of y'all that know people y'all be knowing that's just like this, but younger version of this. It's a younger version of this out here walking around. It's a younger version of this in your family. Let me say that again for the people in the back that don't believe fat meat greasy. It's a young version of this in your family. It's a young version of this in your circle. Your fam, your friends, your people. It's a young version of this around that you probably know about. And every time that person pull up at the family reunion, you like, oh, there you go again. Okay, follow me. It's a young version of this right now in your family. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You better start praying for that brother or that sister now, today. Let me say that again for the stupids in the back. You better start praying for that individual in your family. In your family, that's a younger version of this man right here. Because it started somewhere. And you seen it. And didn't pay it no mind. Just like them police that didn't pay that man's son no mind when they pulled up at the house. And didn't follow the directions that that lady told them to follow. And if they would have, that boy would still be living. Let me say that again for the dummies in the back. If the police would have did their job that they were asked to do, to save his life, he would have still been living. Because they would have brought him out the house, sent them over here, interrogated this man's parents, and sent them to jail. And he'd have had a new life and living. He'd have probably met a woman, had a child, and had the best life he could ever have. But the fact that those individual officers, if we could ever grab those names of those individual officers that went to those doors, that went to that door that day and did not follow suit to what that lady told them to do, because that lady knew that that boy's parents were sick individuals. I would love to know what officers those were that pulled up at that house that day and could have saved that boy's life. But yet he went back to the attic to feast in his own feces and to be tortured daily. You better open up your damn mouth if somebody like this around you. You better get what I'm saying right now. The person that called the police, Denise, was the daddy. This stupid mother right here. He called the police originally. But I want you to understand that it's a younger version of him walking around right now. When it was then, people seen him in the family. People seen he was nice. People even probably seen he started acting different when he started getting a certain age. But nobody said nothing. Let's get right. Denise says no. She was telling them to check on her son. Yeah, the white girl with the blonde hair, that's the mama that was telling them to check on the son. But I don't know, when you were saying like who called, because the first call was the daddy making the initial call. And then the police that was on the line was a woman telling him, hey, what's going on? And he said that my son is unresponsive. So it seemed as if even that he was on the phone and that. Did you hear that a woman was on the phone too? Let me know what you think, Denise. Let's go.
Because every night he'll get up, he'll do stuff like this. And just, you know, slam it and scream. And I hit the bed off.
And that's what he was plunging?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe what you mean by plunging to me?
All right, so look. He had, all right, a chair like this.
Right.
He take the bed off.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said flat on the ground.
Okay.
And I see him going like this, you hear me? I wasn't telling it. I wasn't able to.
Real quick, you see how she's sitting there? If I was her, I'd have been sitting there and I would have kicked him so far in his mouth. You hear me? I'd have kicked him with one of them Tekken kicks. Y'all used to play the game Tekken, like Street Fighter. I'd have kicked when I say I'd have kicked the hell out of him, I would have lost my job. Yeah. I'd have lost my job. Somebody else would have had to come in and finish. Because I would have went to work on his face. I'd have been just sitting there. I'd be like, okay, cool. Yeah, just show me. And the fact that you showing me this, see, the problem that I would have had, fam, is that the fact that he's showing me this, so that means that he knew this was happening multiple times. And he allowed that to still happen without help, reaching out, or even letting someone know. Why? Because they locked him up in the attic. So he was never caring about anything that happened. So I would have just sat there and like, okay, cool. And you see how she's sitting there like this, like just chilling like this. And he got up. Literally her foot and leg could have mounted to his face so quick. Just look at the range, fam. She could have kicked everything that he felt out of his face. She should have kicked the mouth out of his face. And then she'd have got fired. They'd have been like, we understand, and she'd have got hired later. That's how the police work. They'd have rehired her. But they know she lost herself because this man has no life in this system. So it matters that somebody needs to beat the living hell out of him before he goes to the precinct. Before he goes to them people. See, Bonterra process you to go somewhere else. Like my main man Larry told me. Feel? Yeah. And then I got people in Montgomery that I knew about, and they was telling me, yeah, you know, you go over here. They let you know which way you going for a minute. And you know, level 4, level 5. Oh, man. Yeah, child. Oh, they gonna do you dirty. They gonna hurt you bad. This human right here, oh, he gonna feel it when he get to level 4 and 5 with them people. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking. He gonna feel it when he get to them places. Think you finna do kids like that and them human men and women in the jail cell. Yeah, they still human. Some of them people in there for what they ain't never did. And some of them in there for the same worst stuff these people did. But for those that are in there that have charisma, understanding, bringing light to dark because the dark took over their light, they gonna cook him. Let's go.
Putting the chair leg into the butt. That's what you're saying he's doing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I wasn't able to tell if that's what he was doing or if he was just taking another. Because every night he'll get up, he'll do stuff like this. And just, you know, slam it and scream. Ah!
When speaking with Jenny, the detectives also ask about the stool leg.
There was part of like a stool or something. What was going on with that?
See pool in the building.
With his legs wide open because I don't know what reason.
He would sit on it when it was part of the chair? Or?
Yeah, when it was all together. Because when he stands still with his legs crossed, hands behind his head, and then you back tap him one day and then sit on it.
Though this is a passing comment about Takoda standing with his legs crossed and hands behind him, it would come up again later. For the time being, They focused on finding out more about the stool leg.
Did you see Al with this, like one of the legs today?
He hid it behind the dresser and everything. A part of it, and then the other one was in the sink in the bathroom.
Investigators found the 2 broken stool legs, one behind the TV and the other in a laundry basket outside the bathroom.
So how far in was it?
I can't say. That's the thing. I don't know.
You don't know?
Because I ripped it out so quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so then
that's
he
just
started
inappropriate.
squirting blood everywhere.
Not much. It was just like, just for a little bit here, a little bit there.
When Jenny gave her account of what happened that day, she had a troublingly different version of events. She says that first thing in the morning, Takoda was stumbling when he came down for breakfast, and that when he was using the bathroom, Al elbowed him in the back.
Started feeding on him, and then he turned in the bathtub, and it sounded like he was drowning him. So he was talking to him and telling him he was going to drown him, and it sounded like that because all I heard was splashing because he wouldn't clean his shorts because he came down wet this morning. And he took him back upstairs and threw him out. Then he made him lay on his stomach, hands behind his back, and stepped on him.
So if you know that he did all of that, first of all, that boy ain't sitting on no stand. That man was shoving that stick in that boy behind. You understand me? That's what was going on to that child. That man was doing him dirty. And this girl right here knew about it. She should be hung by her throat and neck right up under her. She should be hung like a fork. It should be a fork hung right here. You hear me? Hear me for real. She should be hung with a fork right here. All of them should be hung in front of the world. For all of us to witness their death. I don't care what you say. You better shut up in here. They all should be hung and tortured for what they did to that little boy. Because he didn't deserve to ask to come in the world. He didn't ask to be here. He didn't ask about none of that. Hit that like button and subscribe. We cooking in here for real. You with Deala T. There's no filters. If you don't feel or understand what's going on here, then that means you ain't nothing neither. And if you don't care about yourself and don't care about nobody, fine. Then get up out of here because we don't care about you.
And then he made him lay in the bed, and he was laying on his side, and then he was at the back of him. I don't know what he was doing out there. I couldn't see. And then he threw him back off the bed, drug him a little bit up, and then, you know.
Jenny said after this, she went into her room.
I got woken up by Amanda crying and freaking out. And that's when we left. Because Takoda wasn't breathing.
This is a completely different timeline than the one both Al and Amanda shared. Jenny also reveals more about why she and Amanda left the house to run errands and go to Walgreens.
Do you know what she wanted to talk to her friend at Walgreens about?
I think just to get advice about too, but she didn't. All her friend said was don't run because I'd look bad. Because she didn't tell her exactly what was going on.
Despite Amanda's initial claim that she didn't know anything was wrong with Takoda, it seems like she knew a lot more than she's letting on. In fact, Jenny claimed that Amanda was the one who told Al to call 911 in the first place after realizing Takoda wasn't breathing. Yet in her interview, Amanda continues to feign ignorance about what happened to the 10-year-old.
Explain to me what all these marks are on Takoda. What marks? The marks all over his body. From jumping out the window or what? No, I don't look at him. I don't know. These marks on his body. I don't, he's tearing out, look at his body. I have no idea.
Like marks on his face, you never noticed the marks on his face?
I haven't seen him this morning. I haven't seen him.
Or maybe this big cut that's on his, like around his foot?
Mm-hmm.
You never noticed that?
Mm-mm.
Despite Amanda's denials, Jenny continues to divulge increasingly harrowing.
Look at her right now.
These marks on his body.
I don't, he's 10, I don't look at his body. I have no idea.
Like marks on his face. You never noticed the marks on his face?
I haven't seen him this morning. I haven't seen him.
Or maybe this big cut that's on his, like around his foot?
Mm-mm.
You never noticed that?
Mm-mm. I haven't seen him this morning. I haven't seen him.
So, you know they took him out of school, right? And then admitted homeschool. So that means he's been home all the time and under the admission of the mother because they did homeschool, okay? Now, she's saying that she ain't been at the house seeing nothing about him. Don't know about scars on his face. Does not know about the degree or the level of living he's been living because she ain't been there. She don't know nothing. Now, what we're looking at here, okay? We're looking at a diploma that says the best mom in the world. The boy then drew a picture and all of that. This was before homeschool, I'm sure. Then they got the my mom. The point I'm making is he trusted in mom to take care of him. He trusted in her to live his life. All of everything was all on her. A child is carried in a mother. The bond is sacred. Us as men, we walking around with a sack of kids. So when a child has a place to grow and become one with mother, that's sacred. No man, no living, no nothing could deal with that. So the biggest thing we got to understand is that her lies are lies before we even knew they was lies. Because she has disconnected herself from the child, saying she ain't never been around. She don't know what's going on. She threw all his clothes away, and this boy been in the attic like a slave. Shout out to Denise saying that wasn't his mother, that's his girlfriend. So the realness of it even more deeper that not being his mama and it being his girlfriend. See, that's why we fam in here FAM. We always here to inform, understand, and be aware. So that not being the mother, that being the girlfriend makes it even so much more evil because the fact that she didn't even care about this individual. She just riding with this black guy like, oh, that's your child. I'm just here with you. Whatever you do, I'm doing it too. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking because that's the realness. The mother lost full custody, Denise said. So because of that, we have to understand that this child already was set up for failure. Let's go.
Or maybe this big cut that's on his, like around his foot?
Mm-mm.
You never noticed that?
Mm-mm.
Despite Amanda's denials, Jenny continues to divulge increasingly harrowing details.
Did Takoda take a beating last night? Is that why he was so disoriented today?
He could have, but I went to bed early because I had to get up early.
So it's fair to say maybe he did, maybe he didn't last night.
Right.
Okay. But he gets beat on every day.
Pretty much.
Okay.
It's unusual when you don't.
Okay.
And she just soft as medicated cotton. She soft as medicated cotton. Tone in the building. What's up, fam? What we doing? Waiting on G's to check in. We hitting like button, subscribing, because we been cooking in there. The people we talking about, Tone, they don't deserve to be in the community. They don't deserve to breathe. They don't deserve to live. They don't deserve anything. That's what's going on here, Tone. Yeah. They don't deserve shit. I don't lie. I don't care. I don't, boy, you hear me? When I tell you, We about to tell you right now, Tone, because this done got out of hand. These people, these ain't even people. The daddy left the son stuck in the attic. The boy up there tortured. And the girlfriend, the daddy black, girlfriend white. And this is the sister right here telling it all, Tone. Because she was there when the shit happened, and she did nothing about it. But she right here singing like a bird. As if she thinks she finna get off. She don't get no pass. You better know about Jesus, boy. We got to pray, Lord. Because they allowed that to happen to that boy. That boy was in the attic. And police came by, Tone. And they looked at the boy. The lady told the police, go over there, check on the boy. Talk to the boy one-on-one. So y'all can know what's really going on with this boy. Because they don't trust what's happening. The boy coming to school smelling like piss, feces, sickening. And they said, go talk to him. The police went over there. They didn't even care. They just looked at him and was like, oh, okay, he cool, you cool, y'all cool, we gone. And they left. They had a chance to save that boy and they didn't. And now we're here today. And this young boy is no longer with us, Tone. FAM in the building right now. You already know what it is. Let's hit that like button, subscribe, because we cooking in there. Had to bring fam up to park because that's my day ones. Let's get right.
And did you ever try to take him to the doctor or get him medical help or anything?
No,
Can you explain that to me a little bit?
I don't know how. I tried, but he would come up with an excuse saying Takoda is crazy and he does self-harm and everything. So he just.
I ain't know the mama called the police.
Jenny's claim here sounds concerningly similar to everything Al has been telling detectives in his interrogation. While this is worrying, her next revelation adds another heartbreaking element to this devastating case.
Did he kind of confide in you? Did he find you as a safe person?
No, since I was talking. And then when I stopped. And I hope that sounds out loud.
Back in Al's interrogation, his statements are just as callous.
Are you saying that you don't think he'll die?
No, it's not saying that.
Dakota? That's the name, Mama K, Dakota. Yeah.
He's not with me. But I'm more concerned with what's going on.
Another heartbreaking element to this devastating case.
Did he kind of confide in you? Did he find you as a safe person?
No, since I was talking. And then when I stopped. And I hope that sounds out loud.
Back in Al's interrogation,
That's
his
the father,
statements are
Tone.
just as callous.
Are you saying that you don't think he'll die?
Oh, okay, Denise, I see what you're saying. Shout out to you, Denise.
I said that because I don't think I killed my child. I feel bad that he's not with me. But I'm more concerned that.
Flying man in the building.
What was the cause?
That's what you're concerned about?
Yeah, who did it? Yeah, because maybe somebody else did it. It was never known.
The detectives decide to take a quick break from speaking with Al. When they return, they confront him about his own past.
We were looking at your history. It looks like you had a couple, you got a couple things going on.
All small stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like the child endangering. What was that?
My child I went to my baby mama house. I ain't even had custody of kids. I went to sleep at night at my baby mother house. Our kids was 3 and 4 years old. And one of them unlocked the door and went outside. And they was in their diapers playing in the front yard. And that's what it was about. My mom took the kids for a day or two and gave them right back to me.
Al actually has 3 sons, with Takoda being the youngest. As unsettling as this is, Al soon adds another sickening detail to his account, one that he previously withheld until this point.
The only thing I probably did is spank his bottom or hold him down to keep him from eating it. Everything else, I don't know nothing about.
Or put hot sauce on his butt so it'll burn.
That I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Or hold him down.
As unsettling as this is, Al soon adds another sickening detail to his account, one that he previously withheld until this point.
The only thing I probably did is spank his bottom or hold him down to keep him from eating it. Everything else, I don't know nothing about.
Or put hot sauce on his butt so it'll burn.
That man just said everything else he don't know nothing about. But he was trying to hold him down to keep him from eating his own. How you got 3 kids? See, this what I don't understand. And see, Lord Jesus, women, talking to you ladies. There's got to be signs that show. Like I said, it's a younger him walking out here somewhere. It's got to be signs that it's got to be signs that show that guys like this walking around. Some got to show you a sign that he's like this. Yeah, ladies. For real. There's a sign that has to show you that this individual, that there are individuals like this out here. There's got to be signs that show you. Because even when he talks, he sounds distorted. When he talks, he speaks as if it's kind of like like his own type of method of talking or how he thinks. Like he's not really in response to anything, really. It's kind of just he's in his own mind processing what he's saying because he believes what he's saying is okay. He didn't make up nothing. He didn't sugarcoat nothing. And he damn sure didn't act like nothing was nothing. He's telling them everything that he's doing. So to me, in my mind, you have to like open your eyes, ladies, when you run across people like this. Because there's no way you can run across people like this and don't see that when they talk like this, you got to know that they have a deeper thought in life that is sick. He had 3 kids. That means either 3 women individually like this sick individual or one woman was sick enough and sick like him to be together to create 3 humans and keep dealing with this sick guy. But yet he did this to this child. So it makes you think, if he didn't do this to the other kids, why would he do this to this child? Is it because of the mother he's with? Or is it because of how he was treated in his life? Now, if he was treated like he was, why he didn't treat the other kids like that and only treated Dakota like that? I mean, we need to know. Because in my mind, his past has truly been affected for him to do this today. In some type of way. Just something, a little bit of something, something. I'm estimating that his daddy or mother did something to him. Maybe not a lot, maybe not a little, but just something. I am the tone, feel me in here. Let's get right, let's get real. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. What we doing? Are we in here with Deala T and no filters? What we doing? We hitting that like button, we subscribing. You see the super chat? You see the donations for the cash app? What's up? $1, $2, or $3, it don't matter, family. Whoever you got is love. Appreciate you so much. Let's go. I bet that his mama's daddy did something to him. Bet right now. Let's go. Vernon Yancey, where you been, family, in the building? Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in her. Sick individuals amongst us. Let's go.
That I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Nothing.
Held until this point.
The only thing I probably did.
The only thing he probably did.
Or hold him down to keep him from eating it.
Hold him down.
Everything else, I don't know nothing about.
Or put hot sauce on his butt so it'll burn.
That I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And why did you do that?
To try to get him to quit cracking on himself.
Did y'all hear what I just heard? No, don't act like that. You better shut up. Did you just hear what I just heard? Tell me now. Did you hear what I just heard? Ooh. Did you hear what I heard? That man said he put hot sauce on that young boy's rectum. I'm trying to use the right term that sounds appropriate. They say that man put hot sauce around his behind. And he admitted to it. This man putting hot sauce on that boy backside. He don't get to live in the world. He don't get to be in a society no more. He checked this out. He don't get to be here. He don't need to be here. It's no reason for him to here. Look at this man. It's no reason for him to be here. There's no reason for us to even, whoever this brother, sister, cousin, friend, nephew is, hear me for real. He don't get to be here. He don't need to be here. You hear me? And his girlfriend don't need to be here either. None of them do right now. Hit that like button, subscribe. Hit that like button, subscribe right now because we cooking. He don't deserve to be here. Let's keep it going, family. Sick individual.
My daddy did me like that when I was little. I used to suck my thumb, he put some hot sauce on, I ain't put it in my mouth.
Oh, what I tell y'all.
You keep him from eating it. Everything else, I don't know nothing about.
We're putting hot sauce on his butt too.
I see you nee with the stickers is real.
I did.
Membership.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And why did you do that?
Just try to get him to quit cracking on himself. Yeah, my daddy did me like that when I was little. I used to suck my thumb, he put some hot sauce on, I ain't put it in my mouth no more.
What I tell you, 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 what I tell y'all. See, you heard with Deala T. This is no filters. This is my family. When you come into my house with my fam, we all here. Everybody's comfortable in their own place in the house. Don't mess up nothing. Get comfortable. Be respectful. Understand what's happening when you come into the house. I just told y'all that this boy somehow, some way has been affected in his past by his parents. And like I just said, right now, shout out to Tone with the $5 donation in the super chat. You know it's love, family. Always day ones. Solid. Always, family. You know it. That man just said his daddy used to throw hot sauce on his thumb so he don't suck his thumb. So that boy put hot sauce on that young man backside so he quit using the bathroom. News flash, you dumb mother. See, this right here deserved to be under the jail. See, this right here, this that under the jail phrase. When people say you deserve to be under the jail, he deserved to be under the jail. He deserved to be the foundation that the jail is built on. Sick. Real sick. Real disgusting. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. You see what's real up in here. We doing right. Shout out to Tone with the donation in the super chat. Let's go.
Putting hot sauce on his butt would make him not poop?
Maybe it burned, because here's the thing, he would try to sit in it for so long to where it built up and just destroyed his skin.
While Al signs a consent form to allow the detective to take a buckle swab, he asks about what Amanda and Jimmy
Real
are
Tone.
sharing in their
That's what I'm going to
version
keep
of
doing,
events.
family. I appreciate
So
your love. You know it.
I beat him to death.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they say?
Mm-hmm.
That's very inaccurate.
When you spank him, what do you spank him with?
My hand. So,
So you think putting hot sauce on his butt would make him not poop?
maybe it'll burn. Because here's the thing, he would try to sit in it for so long to where it built up and just destroyed his skin.
While Al signs a consent form to allow the detective to take a buccal swab, he asks about what Amanda and Jenny are sharing in their version of events.
So you telling me they said that I beat him to death? Is that what they saying? That's very inaccurate.
When you spank him, what do you spank him with?
My hand.
Your hand? You don't use anything else? Just your hand?
Yeah. And that's rarely that, because he was stinking so damn bad that if I touch him.
That's real, Mama K. R.I.P. Takoda.
Months later, Al
R.I.P.
once again
Takoda
changes
Collins.
his story, making it unclear when, if at all, he's telling the truth.
So what you spank him with?
STL tone, you know it's real.
Yeah. It was flat. Yeah.
What is this here?
That's a rash. That's from his nastiness. Just a rash. Laying in his piss every day, ate his back up.
That man is being shown of a picture of a rash on this boy's body. No, he's showing him and he's telling him it's a rash because at the end of the day, he's saying laying in his piss and laying in his boo-boo as if he don't have nothing to do with that. As if this young child chose to lay in their piss, to lay in their... He don't get to do that. Let me tell you something. As a father, and then understanding mothers as parents, as we teach our kids how to potty train, how to use the bathroom on their own, it takes years for that. It takes time for that. You have to be patient. We can be aggressive. We can be stern, and we have to make sure that we understand that. At the end of the day, somebody had to be patient with us. And I had to realize that myself as I have to think about that with my kids, my girls, all my girls. Being patient is key. There's still an authority and there's still a sternness for them to understand that there's a timely fashion in learning and understanding. Because our age goes up. As our age goes up, there's things that are expected of us. And that's just real. As our age grows, there are things that are expected of us at certain ages. So what we have to understand is when we teaching kids how to get somewhere in life, you better teach them in the right timing. Because when they age hit, they better know what the hell they need to know at that age. And that's based on you, stupid. Sitting there thinking that the kid should know when to piss, or when to do the number 2, or how to do it, or when to wipe yourself the right way, or how to bathe yourself the right way. You better shut up in here. Because you still wiping your ass, and it's still some on your ass. This shit terrible. You don't get an age group where you're thinking your motherfucking ass. When I think about the adults in us and I think about kids, you still have to understand how we have to still be taught what's going on today. Because if you think about kids and how long it takes for them to really grasp what it takes to take care of self, damn it, we still teaching them past 16. Don't sit in here and think it ain't that. Theo Sacco in the building, 69. What's up, family? I ain't seen you in a minute. Hope you're well. Hit that like button, subscribe, because you know I've been cooking. Kids have to always still be taught. There is still always a situation of teaching that goes on in all age groups. My oldest is over 21. And she's immaculate. The excellence of her is remarkable. Yeah, my oldest, Danye Jones. You hear me? Black excellence, young black woman growing up. Thank God for Jesus. But I say that to say even more about understanding, about still learning as she is. Even at her age, she's still learning how to do things better. Even though I feel that she has got it and that she's great, she's still learning because she's eager to know. So I'm telling you to say this and saying that to say this. There's no age that you will not still learn what's going on. There's no age that you will not still learn how to live. Because even if you knew how to live yesterday, you still learned something yesterday that told you how to live today. Whoo, shit. Let me say that again for somebody in the back that don't get it. Even though you knew what yesterday was, don't mean you ain't learned how to live tomorrow or how to do things differently tomorrow. See, we continue to live in this world that revolves, and we still learn how to do things. So there's never an age that you have reached where you're not learning how to do things. Even if that's the gym, that's anything. You are still at an age where you're learning. So we never want to say that our kids have a cutoff time of learning, because that's what it feels like when it comes to what I'm hearing. Shout out Theo Sacco, get what I'm talking about. Let's get real in here. Nene Love Savvy TV. Let's get right, Verna. There's never that, because at the end of the day, our kids do not have a cutoff time of learning. All that happens is we do a little press, we do a little push, we do a little more, we do a little more. Come on, fam. Let's make sure you know. Let's make sure you understand. You understand me? Let's make sure you know. Let's make sure you understand. It's never a cutoff time for our kids to learn. And I feel sorry for Dakota right now, understanding what's real. Shout out Theo Sacco, says my daughter's 21 too, fam. That's real. And my baby is over 21. And I'm knowing that she's still learning, even though I feel like she got it, she got the game and running with it. She's still learning. And it's a blessing that she's eager to still want to know. And we got to understand that our kids only have us to lead and guide them. They only got us to lead and guide them. So we're never too old to learn on how to lead and guide them. Some of us are in situations where it's just us. So we're just learning. And we're just seeking to find the ways to know the way to do it the right way. The greatest thing as a parent is wanting to know. Up against settling. Better hit that like button and subscribe right now. Lord, I thank. We want to know. Because our kids are growing every day. Just like we are every day. We want to know. We need to know. Because we need to adapt and adjust and understand what we need to do to make sure we still have them here. And that they don't run away from us because we want to know. We need to know. We need to know. Shout out Tone, my brother Wiz. My brother Wiz is just like you, ain't got no kids. But Lord Butter, that's his daughter. Madison, that's his daughter. Danye, that's his daughter. Julia, that's his daughter. Mermaid, Kaylee Drew, that's his daughter. But I know Butter. So my brother don't have no kids, but his nieces is everything to him. Silk, his niece is everything to him. It's a real thing. Wiz. So there's no excuse about no kids. Even if you don't have no kids, you better hear me right now. Look at me. Even if you don't have no kids, you don't get to give me an excuse about not caring. You don't get to do it. You heard Tone in her. My brother Wiz, you hear me? Nene, brother, you better shut up in here and understand what I'm saying. You don't got to have no kids to care about no kids. And if you ain't heard me, you better shut up and get out of here. You better write it down and take a picture. You ain't got to have no kids to care about kids. Let's get right. Let's get real. Hit that like button, subscribe. You don't get this in no book. This level of cooking, it only come right here with Deala T and no filters, because we family. Let's go. Get yourself together and get order.
No, that's not. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I thought it was a rash. I've been seeing it for weeks. I actually thought it was a rash.
Maybe if you took him to the doctor, you would know.
What could I have done to cause that? What causes
Drag
that?
him
Drag them where?
Down the steps.
No, ma'am. No,
on the
ma'am.
carpet.
No, ma'am. We don't have any carpet. I did not drag him.
Just as they've been doing with Al, the detectives continue to confront Amanda with the undeniable images of Takoda's countless injuries.
So you never noticed, you never realized he had these marks all over his body, on his arms, on his hands. You never noticed that stuff? I usually leave. That's someplace stupid, okay? Because I really don't have a lot of tolerance for stupid. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to a kid that lost his life.
Now she pissing off the FBI. See, this the energy I wanted from the FBI. Because if I'd have been in the room with him in the corner, like, okay, I'd have had my legs crossed, like, okay, this is what we doing, Jenny? Because she looked like her name, Jenny. The white chick right here, the detective. This is what we doing, Jenny? We gonna keep letting her talk like this, Jenny? You better turn it up right now on her right now. I'm gonna let you breathe. This how they be sitting there. You know how their leg be crossed, they be holding it. You gonna let her do that, Jenny? You gonna keep letting her lie, talking about she don't know what happened to her. That man, her boyfriend's son. I'd have been looking at her. Let me tell you something. The level of looking at her I would have given her, she'd have felt me like Cyclops X-Men. Who knows about Cyclops eyes on X-Men? She would have been looking at me, looking at her with the lasers. I would have prayed to God that I would have been a mutant that day. If I was in that room with her, I would have been giving her them Cyclops eyes of X-Men. Straight red blazers. Talking about you don't know nothing. And I'd have looked at Jenny like, that's what we doing? Don't make me put my glasses on and take them off on you, Jenny. I burn your ass too if you ain't about to burn her up with me. I'd have had to put the glasses on and let her get some and then gave her some. You hear me? If you in here talking about you over here, you don't see what I'm looking at. X-Men eyes on Jenny and her. Let me know you feel me, fam.
So this is your chance to explain this to us because you're not stupid, okay? You can kind of play like you are, especially when you say, "Oh, I usually leave." That's someplace stupid.
I usually leave.
I really don't for stupid. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to a kid that lost his life. So this is your chance to explain this to us because you're not stupid, okay? You can kind of play like you are, but you're not stupid. So let's discuss how this happened to him. Did you do this to him? Did you do this to him? No. Were you beating on him? No. Okay, who was? I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Come on. But you're still not stupid. I never touched him. I never surrounded him.
Shout out OG. QG in the building.
You didn't talk to him. And you never noticed that this kid was probably miserable his entire 10 years, or at least the time that
Tone.
because this didn't just happen.
Though Amanda isn't providing any answers, in her interview, her sister Jenny is clarifying some of the details Al and Amanda didn't agree on.
So he did pretty much stay up in the attic, though. Did he get locked
That's
in?
right, Verna. Ain't nobody crying but her.
Yes.
The only time I came down was just for the bathroom.
There's actually more to this piece of the story, but Jenny wouldn't explain it just yet. When she does, it sheds an entirely new light on the horrendous conditions Takoda lived in. Perhaps without realizing it, Jenny also clarified the reason behind one of the more disturbing accusations Al made about Takoda's behavior.
I guess one night he was pooping upstairs and he ate it. So I don't know what was the deal with all that.
Like he would have gotten in trouble if he had
If there was,
gone with it?
yeah, he would beat
So
it.
he ate it?
Yeah.
How do you know he ate it? You saw him?
I guess that's what they said. What he said. What Takoda said, I should say. So he eats it. Yeah.
While Al and Jenny have slowly been painting an appalling picture of Takoda's daily suffering, Amanda has been less than helpful. In her interview, things are about to take a turn.
So let's get back to this. So today a 10-year-old who is going to be 11 very soon, is that correct?
Stacy.
Lost his life somehow. And has marks all over him that couldn't be self-inflicted. So I'd like to know how that happened. Please.
With Amanda refusing to speak, the investigators have Al run through the day's events once more. And this time around, he includes new unsettling details about the second time he brought Takoda to the bathroom.
And he was in the water going like this, and you know what I mean, shaking and jumping, but I didn't have to hold him down or dump him in the water. Yeah, so he was laying on his side doing this, and then he just putting on the show again, you know what I mean?
He puts on a show like he's having a seizure?
Oh yeah, 24/7. Like this.
Are you sure he's putting on a show? I mean, he had
Yes,
to go to the
ma'am.
hospital.
Yes, ma'am, it was not a seizure because look, I could tell him like, stop it right now, and here's the sucker many times, and he would be like, okay, Dad, thanks, my sucker. You know, it was just a show.
Al's disregard for the seriousness of the situation continues, as he seems only capable of focusing on himself.
Like I said, it really shocked me today. I'm still shocked. This is gonna be the rest. I'll be in prison for the rest of my life because of this right here. That's my child.
Why are you going to be in prison?
I mean, I'm the man. I'm the only parent. I'm responsible. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to teach him a lesson, but not in the physical aspect.
You taught him a lesson.
It took his life. And I am very sorry. I mean that. It kills me. You hear me? To know that water did that, and then my attitude, the way I've been thanking him. I ain't gonna lie, I did get out of control at times, but not that often. And I thought he would snap back from it. You know what I mean? From his ass whooping.
With Jenny, the detectives dive into some of the other things that went on in the house that Al didn't address.
Hey, I have a question. There was like a dog leash or something hanging in the living
Oh,
room.
that's toy. Because he has a boxing set.
Uh-huh.
And we hang it from the, and he likes to punch on it.
While this may seem like a reasonable answer, investigators were deep.
Because he has a boxing set.
Uh-huh.
And we hang it from the, and he likes to punch on it.
While this may seem like a reasonable answer,
Hold on, man.
investigators
I'm
were-
trying to see this picture.
Has a boxing set.
Uh-huh.
And we hang it.
I'm trying to see this picture right here. Oh yeah, this sick, fam.
But he likes to punch on it.
While this may seem like a reasonable answer, investigators were deeply concerned when they found a dog leash hanging from a screw above the couch. When Al was asked about the leash before his interrogation, he claimed Takoda was the one who hung a punching bag from it to get his energy out, not Al's younger brother, as Jenny says. Regardless, Takoda's autopsy would reveal injuries that put both of these answers in question.
Is there anything at all that you can think of, abuse to Dakota, or anything at all that you can think of that you haven't told us that could help us in this investigation?
Sometimes he would strangle him. Like I seen him not like his knees on his chest and his hands from his throat.
As Al's interrogation wraps up, he once again focuses on himself.
I had a question, if I don't know, man. I'm afraid for my life. Yeah.
Are you afraid, fam?
I heard that my child is gone.
You not, fam.
Like, I still don't believe right now he's dead, going, not coming back.
Boy ain't got no tears.
Yes, I am.
Ain't crying, nothing.
Your child said and you're afraid for your life.
I'll be spending the rest of my life in prison. I'm 30 years old. What I'm gonna do?
You're done.
My life, but all because I tried to raise my child the right way and he became defiant and we ran into a situation. But we in Ohio at that too. That's automatic death penalty.
That boy said he tried to raise his child the right way and he was defiant.
They just changed the law.
To look into that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either.
They decide to leave Al, but before they go, he makes another plea.
Please, y'all, please don't do it to me.
Just hang on real quick, okay?
I'm only 30, please.
Both Jenny and Amanda were allowed to
That
leave
boy
the
said he
police
only
station.
30. Please
Before
don't
she
do it to
goes,
him.
The investigators attempt to find a way to remain in contact. with
51
Jenny.
years, Mama K, that's
The
real.
dynamics of the house.
Do they keep the phones from you?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to have a phone. The internet or phone or whatever.
Why is that? You're a grown-ass woman.
Right, because apparently I tell too many secrets.
Is that what they said?
Pretty much that I can't keep my mouth shut.
Though she doesn't have a phone, Jenny promises to stay in contact with the detectives as the investigation continues, and she'll soon reveal even more unthinkable tortures that Takoda endured. Before Al is taken to jail, investigators make sure to photograph the injury he sustained when officers had to restrain him earlier.
Go ahead and stand up real quick for me. In case that won't. Not turn around and face me.
Yeah, they already knew what it was. I would have told him put his face to the wall. I would have just put his face to the wall. I ain't gonna ask you to touch your face over.
Take your left. What's your name? Full time. It's kind of pretty bad.
What's your
A few
name?
minutes later,
Six
they
scum.
return again.
All right, man. Go stand up. Put your hands behind your back.
Get up, boy. You're done.
We're gonna take you to the valley. Get you checked out. All right. And tell me what I'm being charged with.
Stupid act. He talking about tell me what you being
Yes.
charged with.
What does murder mean? Like, murder means you killed your child.
You killed your child. Yeah, you tortured your child.
Planned it. What I'm saying is that you murdered your son.
And he's sick in the mind because he asking why, how, what?
Once at the hospital, Al was overheard speaking to himself, and police reports state that he said at least 7 times out loud that, quote, he must have drowned because I did not beat his ass that bad today. Investigators also had the heartbreaking task of informing Robin, Takoda's mother, of his death.
So you beat him to death, pretty much, right? You beat my son to death?
That's possible. He definitely had a lot of injuries. Did Al make comments to you?
Yes, he did.
What did he
Lots of comments about how he was going to kill him, about how he beat him, about how he beat him with a belt because his son was gay, and about how I will never see him again. All types of stuff. I stopped answering the phone because it was just nothing but traumatizing for me and my son. I went to social services. I told them that he was going to kill him. I told him he removed him from school, he removed him from people he cared about, and he is beating him on a daily basis, that it was only a matter of time before he killed my son. I told them that. I told them that. And look at what happened.
After a few moments, Robin recovers and asks about the other people involved in the case.
And where's that Amanda? Where is she? Where is she?
Amanda. Tell me about Amanda.
She's a no good piece of... How could a woman stand there and allow him to beat on that baby like that? How? She claims she loved him.
I'm so sorry, Robin.
I haven't seen him since he was 5.
You ain't lying. This the mama crying.
Well, I'm gonna do everything in my power to get justice for Takoda, okay?
This the mama crying.
I'm gonna kill him a goddamn self. You know, did he do that to a little baby? He's just a baby.
I know.
Do you guys have the death penalty down there?
Yes, we do.
That's real QC.
This is still under
QG.
investigation now, okay?
Amanda had remained steadfast during her interview, and even after Al was arrested, she stayed in close contact with him. They spoke over the phone and recorded jail calls discussing the case.
They're trying to see if they have enough to indict me. I got $100 million bond.
Oh, $1 million.
$1 million bond. And what are they charging me with?
They said 4 counts of child endangerment.
Right. And I hear they give you a lot of time for that. And the only time I ever did anything for him was try to get him to control himself. That's the story. Stick to it. You always got to be my witness. That boy's voice is going.
I'm going to be there for you,
If Takoda was alive, he would speak.
That man just told that white girl, he said, that's the story, we sticking to it. I took care of him, did everything I could for him. Safe to say, that man was sentenced to 51 years in prison. Let's get right, let's get real in here, because I want y'all to know what's up.
Them to Al. When he replied, Amanda's mother would send them back to her daughter. That way, they were able to stay in contact when they weren't supposed to. They were able to keep this up for a few months before Amanda's mom was warned that she would lose communication with her daughters if she continued. However, Amanda wasn't the only person Al spoke to while behind bars. One of his friends also called him.
Listen! Where I go, they're going to try to kill me, bro.
Yeah, it's hard, bro.
I know, bro.
I feel for you, man. You about to have a hard day, bro.
Yeah, even in the state, bro, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's going to, man. Yeah, prepare yourself for it.
It ain't nothing like this, though. Huh?
Nah, once you get to the joint, man, it's different, man. I hope you beat the case, but it's not looking like you going to. You hear me?
Man, you going straight to Madison, you're going to be in the blue suit, then you labor a sex offender for the rest of your life, man.
I'm not even worried about that. He's about giving me life.
I know, you hear me?
Yeah, but then you got, man, you, Amanda and Jenny, they turned against you, bro. They about to be co-defendants against you, bro. You know that, don't you?
I mean, I can't speak on that type of situation.
Yeah, it's already.
Real quick, just want you to know, if I ever would have never find out in my lifetime that one of my partners or somebody I know real close to me is doing this, you think we on the phone like that talking? That's how you know that him and his partners in them are really with all of that sickness, disgusting-ish. You understand me? That man friend over there like, bro, I hope you beat it. Beat what? You just killed your son and tortured him all his life? So that lets you know further that the people in the world are sick. Even the friends of him move like him. Safe to say that that man got 51 years.
Talk about you
Keep
did
listening.
this, you did that, you the one.
Because we want to know what the women got
You
to.
hear me? That's what they saying. Yeah, that's what the girls saying, bro. They trying to get out of this. You know what I'm saying?
It seems Al's friend was at least partially correct about Jenny and Amanda speaking with police, as Amanda discussed with her mom in a recorded jail call.
I got a message from my lawyer. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They're trying to say that I'm basically between Jenny and Al, and that Jenny, I don't know how we worded it, like mine is higher than Jenny's or something, which is ridiculous because Jenny was there all the time.
I know.
And Jenny just pleaded out today.
Today, child support?
I don't know if she made a plea deal. And so now with her making a plea deal, and they're trying to say I'm higher than her, mine's going to look worse.
Amanda and Jenny's mom even spoke with investigators about her daughter's situation.
She says she will not testify against him because she loves him so much. Well, he needs to wake up.
I think that she's going to learn things about Al that she may not know. You know, Al wasn't all just about Amanda, you know, and unfortunately, I think it was a lot more one way.
While it isn't clear what changed her mind, Amanda didn't stay loyal to Al. Just like her sister, she eventually attempted to make a deal with the prosecutor.
So now they're trying to say that they don't want to offer me a deal, and I don't know. No, maybe there's more something wrong. I don't know. So much is not fair. I should have told myself I was in an abuse relationship for years. If I got witnesses, if they're coming out of leave, you threaten me and my family. And I mean, I know you still love him, but there's nothing there. Yeah, I know, but now Jenny gets a deal and I'm stuck with prison, so being in a relationship.
Despite Amanda's attempts to make a deal to lessen her sentence, she eventually pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter and 2 counts of child endangerment and was sentenced to a minimum of 22 years in prison.
22.
Amanda later appealed her sentence, but will remain behind bars until at least 2041.
Forever.
Jenny also pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter.
The one that was watching it happen and didn't say nothing.
Because she cooperated with investigators, she was sentenced to at least 8 years in prison. Al McLean pleaded
should have
guilty
got
to
20.
murder, kidnapping, rape, and child endangerment. He was sentenced to 51 years to life in prison.
Well, there's like 5 different ways. They'll be in here in just a minute to do the DNA.
I want y'all to understand and know that at the end of the day, what we just seen is the realest in that. I need to know what you think in the comments below. These are the type of people we got in our community. These are the type of people that's going on in your family, friends, people that we see every day, each and every day, knowing what's going on, but yet people still don't say nothing. This is what we need to bring to the forefront. Because at the end of the day, we have to make sure that people know what's going on. And at the end of the day, we have to inform, understand, and be aware. As always, family, you know what it is. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. with your boy, Deala T. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Be safe.